Would you rather look wealthy or be wealthy? It's so easy to think that people that look rich are wealthy, where in fact, over half of American households still live paycheck to paycheck. Most people can't build wealth by taking shortcuts, so it's really important to build a strong foundation of good money habits now. Life is complicated enough, so in this video, I'll be sharing 9 simple money habits to build wealth. These are the habits that we practice, and so far I would say it's working because my husband and we were able to pay off over $300,000 of student loans in under 3 years.
Well done. Well done. Wow, you guys are incredible. Excellent, excellent.
There are a lot of ways to build wealth, but I would just like to share what's been working for us. Here at Build Your Moxie, I cover self-improvement, productivity, and finances. Okay, let's do this. The first habit is keep track of your money. Keep track of where your money is going with a budget. 3 out of 5 Americans don't know how much they spent last month. This is a problem because if you don't know where your money is going, how can you expect to make any progress? It's like trying to eat healthy but not being mindful of the food that you're consuming. What I'm saying is literally record every dollar that's being spent. When you know how much you spent in restaurants or clothing or utilities, it brings you awareness and puts you in control of your finances. The $3 here and the $5 here, all that adds up, and then by the end of the month, you ended up spending $60 in snacks. You can say next time, geez, I think I'd rather have spent that $60 on something else rather than eating it and pooping it out. Keep track of your money by using methods that work for you, whether it be using paper and pen, using an app like EveryDollar, or using an Excel spreadsheet. Let this be the last time you say, I spent how much last month? A successful company always keeps inventory of what's coming in and what's going out. And this is because they have to keep track of what they have and don't have. This is fundamental to planning, and your finances are no different. My next habit is assign every dollar a purpose. Assign every dollar a purpose by using a zero-based budget. Let me show you how this works with my tokens right here. Let's say your income is 56 tokens a month. Before the month even starts, take a look at your upcoming monthly expenses. For this example, we have housing, utilities, transportation, insurance, groceries and restaurants, sinking funds, health, personal expenses, beauty, home entertainment, giving, and saving. You only get 56 tokens, so you're going to have to strategize how you want to divvy it up. Each token gets a purpose, whether it's to save, spend, or give. Let's say housing costs 14 tokens, utilities cost 3 tokens, transportation 6, etc. When you are done, all these expenses should equal 56 tokens because that's how much you have. You should have no tokens left. 56 minus 56 equals 0. This is why it's called a zero-based budget. Now it's payday! Time to spend that money. Giving gets 6 tokens, savings 6 tokens, health 3 tokens, and so on. Let's say you want to have more tokens for the personal expenses, like let's say to buy a pair of jeans. You either have to earn more tokens or you need to cut back on tokens in another category because you only have 56 tokens. Maybe that means you have to not eat out twice and instead cook at home. I would say this habit is the most proactive and strategic part about building wealth. Every professional sports team has a game plan before they start the game. Winning rarely comes because of luck. Personal finances are the same. Assigning a purpose to every dollar makes you intentional and puts you in complete control of your finances. Just think, a coach doesn't let their players run wild, so you shouldn't let your finances run loose either. You tell your money where to go. You are in control of your own life. You're the coach. When you get the ball rolling on this habit, you're gonna find that you can pay off your debt, save up for that house, or buy really fun things. I'm telling you, if you combine that first habit with this second habit, you will find extra money. The next habit is spend less than what you make. Net worth is what you own minus what you owe. So if your goal is to get rich, then spending money that's not yours and going into debt to get rich is literally moving backwards. Don't spend more than what you have and you will positively have more money at the end of the month. Then from there, you can either put that extra money into savings or invest it and watch it grow. The next habit is don't spend money that isn't yours. If you want to buy a couch but you don't have the money for it, don't go into debt and borrow money to buy that couch. Instead, save up for it and pay cash. Going on vacations with your student loan money or Paying for expensive meals with credit only, just don't do it. It's gonna end up coming back to haunt you, and it's gonna come back with compound interest. How many movies do we see where the main character is literally running away from all the people that he or she owes money to? You know, I know that's really dramatic, but really, movies come from real life stories. Don't spend your mom's money, don't spend your friend's money, don't spend your dog's money. Just don't do it. Promise? It will also save your relationships. My next habit is avoid playing games with your money. When you were little, did you ever go to an arcade where you can redeem tickets for prizes? It's great marketing when there's a separation between your money and the currency that the arcade is using. Normally you get 4 tokens per dollar, so that means each token is essentially a quarter. You spend the token, quarter, and when you win, you get tickets. For 5,000 tickets, you can win a basketball or an oddly large stuffed animal. To get 5,000 tickets, however, it probably costs like 200 tokens, which is, if you think about it, $50. You spent more in tokens to win 5,000 tickets than it would have been just to buy a plastic Nerf gun for $15. And nowadays, arcades are using swipe cards, so you end up spending more money because each game is like $1 to $2. Anyways, back on topic. Be careful of credit card companies, shop rewards, and free shipping if you spend over $150. Companies use this gamification technique to make it seem like you're getting a really good deal, when in fact you're just paying a lot more than you intended to in the first place. These companies got you. Checkmate. This goes for airline miles too. You end up spending thousands of dollars over this past year just so you can get a $1,200 flight for free. And you gotta use that before it expires, so now you have to plan another trip. I mean, talk of gamification. Trust me, I'm all for a good deal, but not if it's gonna make you spend more than you were originally intending to spend. Be careful and avoid playing games with your money. You will save so much. The next habit is avoid lifestyle inflation. Avoid making yourself fancier because you got a raise. If you are working towards a particular goal, let's say paying off your student loans, when you first become a student, normally you have no money to spend anyways. But then once you get a job and you get that first raise, now you feel rich because you're like, I have money that I didn't have before. However, that is not the time to buy a brand new car or live in a super expensive place. If you can, dedicate all that hard-earned money that you got from that raise or from your new job and keep the same lifestyle that you have. From there, take all that extra money and start whacking it at your goals. Pay off that student loan, pay off that car, save for that house. You and your bank account will thank you later. When you are out of debt and building wealth and maxing out all of your investments and you have a nice chunk of an emergency fund, then you should totally inflate that lifestyle. Don't say, I deserve this and I deserve that. Instead, reward your future self by investing in yourself. My next habit is think money value in hours worked. How many hours would you work for something that you want? If you make $20 an hour and going out to dinner costs $20, would you work 1 hour to go out to dinner? Or would you rather cook at home a $4 meal and then use the $16 towards something else? Now replace lunch with a $100 something. Would you work 5 hours to get that something? Let's say you make $20 an hour and you work 40 hours a week. That would be $800 a week. $100 is 12.5% of $800. 5 hours is also 12.5% of 40 hours. Would you spend 12.5% of your work hours to buy that item? Sometimes you only have so much time and energy to work, so weighing out your costs and benefits is crucial. Before you buy an item you kinda sorta want, think to yourself, would I rather spend that time for something else? These are just some points to consider when you think of spending money. The next habit is think in future value for your money. This seems like a nerdy business term, but let me explain. When we talk about thinking in future money earned, this is what we're talking about. If I spend $5 on a hot chocolate, that's just $5 spent. But if I take that $5 and invest it at 10% over the next 20 years, that $5 is going to end up becoming $33.64. That's a lot of money for a hot chocolate. Now apply that to a $300 speaker. In 20 years at 10% interest, that's going to be $2,018. I'm not saying don't buy nice things. If you've had your eye on something for a while and you have the means to get it and it brings you long-lasting joy and you find that you're going to really use it, then you should totally get it. But if you don't really want it and you do end up buying it, just know what you're missing out on in the future. My next habit is think of future you and make future you happy. For us, when we paid off debt, I was so happy. I was so proud of my past self for sticking it through. Stop trying to impress people you don't care about, because honestly, they don't care about you either. This is your life and you are the only one that can change it. Just ask yourself, would future me regret this decision or be proud of this decision? If you would like to see my husband and I share our story of how we paid off over $300,000 in under 3 years, click this video link right here.